Hello, Steve Murray, Lime Mortar Restorations, and I've done a video before on troweling up the float coat, the backing coat. So now we'll talk about what is the top coat. Now the top coat is a lot more lime rich, so we go sort of 2 to 1, 3 to 2, 1.5 to 1, 1 to 1, something like that. So you want a lot more lime in it at that point, and you want a real fine sand. This is silica sand in this for this instance. Top coat, quite a luxury really in a building like this. Farm labourer, sort of a peasant house really. They would have built it themselves, one up, one down. So the top coat was more for your grander houses. So we're not technically correct age-wise doing it, but because of the fashion of the day and they want to put a nice clay paint on it, we'll top coat. Now then, doing it. Obviously we've put it on, it's gone in a bit now, still got quite a bit of give in it, but it's not too hard, it's not too wet. So we can add a bit of water, and we can get our sponge, trusty sponge, and we can go over it. Probably done a little bit too much water there. So what it is, really should be a bit more like that. Not just for its purposes. I can work with it. I've used the flat of the sponge there and work that angle in for now. And you can do rubs. If you want a bit more water you can do round. But all that we're doing here is just consolidating it and pushing it in and getting it ready for a finish. But of course, if you wanted, you could wait for that to go even further and rub that in a bit nicer and call that a finish. You just have a sponge finish if you want, or you could just leave that as a finish. That would accept lime wash, so you could do that. I'm going to do it with a trowel finish. So basically what I'm doing here is just pushing in any hollows, any flat spots, any top spots, just trying to make it as flat as possible really. So I'm not too concerned with the finish that you're getting at this point. Now around here, obviously we're leaving this stone on show. They wouldn't have left it on show in the old days, but fashion as it is, people like to see it. So you give it a bit of moisture just to work in, and then you sort of rounding it and then shaping it. Don't have to be too neat because obviously the stone's not neat. Want to make it look like someone's had a go. Just round there, just following it round, edging it off, working it round like that, and basically just modelling it a bit. Take that off there, put that there for now. Down here's a bit more firm. So like I say, you can rub it up, bit like that, and that would be that'd be a fair enough finish. And you've got to remember, these top coats was extra lime. Lime was expensive, so you wouldn't have had this top coat anyway. You can just sort of work it in. And then once you've got it worked in, this is where it comes a bit more modern, or more modern than this house is. So another wet one then, and you sort of, what I do is I put it on and then I cut it off, and then I can shape that there. Get yourself a clean angle by doing that, or cleaner. I can pull it down. These, how you get these is little detail, or how I do it. So cut it and then pull it round. You sort of get a feel for it, cut it and then pull it round. Cut it and then pull it round. And then you keep going. It's in it, little divots, little hollows, fill them, little divot, little hollow there, fill it. and then with a long stroke pull it down. Obviously you always got the water in case you need any. Cut it across, get your top off there. Don't ridiculous, put your top off there. Make a mistake, fill it in, nobody ever needs to know. Pull your top in again, same here, pull it up, round it off, get it sort of in, and then round it off. Now a little bit there, you can always go over it again, round it off, keep on doing it, I'll just finish off down to here, work that in a little bit there. And that same action, if it's a little bit too much to your trowel, turn your trowel that way, have a go. So a little bit of a mark there, feel that. These ones a bit more difficult, these. You might have to give up with a trowel on that one. Let that go in a little bit more and then sponge it. These you can get in now. If you get a little stone in there, get the stone out, there it is. Let's take it out right away, and then you've got to really press it in again then. So it's that same action, rolled up. Once you've got it to something that you're happy with, that'll be left overnight, and then tomorrow, obviously, just to spritz tomorrow, come back, spritz it off. If there's any cracks, press it down. Come back maybe 2-3 times just to press any cracks in. That'll give you that'll just give you any opportunity if you're not just happy at that point. Then just to work it. I mean, this is clearly too wet yet for this video, but like I say, we've always got the option of just nipping back. And the idea, what you want is when you've finished, something that's paintable with a clay paint or a lime paint, and then you end up with this. And this, if you can see it, that's the original there. Really flat, really smooth. But as you can see, there's probably about 6 coats of lime wash on top of that. And that lime wash makes all that sandy, and even though it's a fine sand, it's still got that fine sandy texture. That takes it all out, and that's how you decorate it. Probably in the Victorian times there's probably distemper on it as well. And that, hopefully, is how they did it in the past. Thank you.